Welcome to your day in my life as a baker. I obviously start by freshening up and putting on some lip gloss or lip oil and combing out those eyebrows. I don't really wear that much of makeup, but yeah, that's it. And then I head to the bus stop and it takes me an hour to get to work, but this is me waiting for my boss to open up because I don't have a spare key. But I just wanted to show you all a little bit of the front of the house. This is how it looks. This is everything we make. And yeah, so come by if you all are ever interested. After that little room tour, I headed downstairs. I don't usually film the room tour, but I get changed into my uniforms and we wear black uniforms obviously, and then I head upstairs and wash my hands obviously. Alright you all, so first thing first is making cakes. I don't know if I'm gonna talk a lot in this video. I probably am not because right now I'm in the basement, but I'm here to pick up some cakes from the fridge or freezer. I'm making fish stew and a chocolate cake. So I actually ended up making 3 different cakes, and each cake I had to do 2 just because one is for an order and the other's for the store, so I ended up doing 3. I started with the lemon cake, and the lemon cake is special because it does have a layer of marzipan after it's covered in buttercream. And by the way, we pre-make the cakes so they're frozen, and specifically for this lemon cake we make it and fill it with the lemon buttercream and store that away as it is. That's the cake with the marzipan, but I go ahead and clean up the table just so it can be ready for the next steps, which you all are gonna see. But anyways, I prepare some chocolate ganaches. Obviously we are chocolate shop, and also I fix the icing that goes onto the lemon cake, which you guys will see. So I go ahead and move on to the other cake while I wait for the icing that you all saw to melt to the consistency I want it. But this is the step of making the gluten-free Devonport cake, which is like a caramel chocolate cake that is flourless. That's why it's gluten-free. Anyways, it gets soaked in syrup and just apply the ganache in between, and that's basically it. Also guys, I'm sorry for the quality. It was very hard to tell because I didn't want to show my chef that I was on my phone too much, though it was okay for him that I filmed, but I still felt a little bit stressed. But then I covered the cake in the first layer just to coat everything, the cake crumbs and all that, and then I went in again with a new layer of chocolate ganache. I don't know why I keep saying buttercream because that's what we used to do at school. But this was the finished look, and here's my chef telling me how to make the lemon tortilla, which is the lemon cake. So you apply apricot jam all over, and then you put the icing on top that I was melting before, and then cover that into sliced almonds and make sure everything is covered. This was my first time doing this, by the way guys. This video is really old, but then once the cake was done, I moved on to tempering some white chocolate and writing onto the cake planks, which I learned at this job actually to make a piping bag out of parchment paper, because in chocolate, if you're gonna be a chocolatier, you have to know all these details. I always like to practice on paper my writing because it's not that very good because of the technique of using a piping bag, but I'm trying and I've gotten better. But this is how it looked, and then I went on to making that glaze for one of the cakes that I showed you all. It was in the freezer and I just poured that on, and once that was ready, I gave it away to the front house so that they could sell it. I don't remember if it was an order. It was probably an order, but if it wasn't, it was for the store. And yeah, this is me doing the finished touches. Look at that, you all. Once all the cakes were done, I moved to the front kitchen where I had to take out all these candied gingers that we had to cover in chocolate, and I just pour all of those onto a tray. And before we cover them in chocolate, we actually gotta put them in cacao. Wait, is it cacao or cacao? I don't know, but that's just what I'm doing. And I put on some gloves because cacao can mess up your hands pretty bad. And just take off the excess by putting it in a sieve. And then this is me preparing the machine that we're gonna use to coat them, because it just makes everything faster. So with the help of the other chef, we go ahead and do this is the process. It's so satisfying, but I didn't film a lot of it. Anyways, then when that chocolate sets, we stack them on top of each other and give those to the front of house, because they're the ones who package and all that. Then I went ahead, cleaned up, because it gets messy. And guys, chocolate is very messy. Like honestly, right now I've gotten much better. This video was filmed when I had just started working, like 2 weeks in. Yeah, but anyways, it was time for my break. And first thing first, of course, was water, because it gets so warm in the bakery. Time for lunch. Today I'm eating peanut butter and jelly, because I didn't have energy to cook food yesterday in my cooked food, but I didn't have the time to pack food either. So sandwich time. I mean, you can never go wrong with a PJ sandwich, right? I'm whispering because I don't want people to hear me. So after my break, my chef wanted me to do this Happy Canada Day planks. Happy Canada Day planks. That is so hard to say. And I was just piping and practicing my writing, because I believe I filmed this in May, so I've definitely gotten much better. But at the beginning it was like very hard how to write with a piping bag. But my boss or chef hopped in to show me how to feel comfortable with the piping bag, and I just kept going until I felt like I could write, and it definitely paid off. This is why I love filming myself doing this kind of stuff, because I see the progress I'm making and it makes me happy. Anyways, after a long time of writing many planks that we had to sell, this is how it ended up looking. Still needed more practice, but I did it. Anyways, I then moved on to making these maple leaves chocolates that you have to use a paintbrush, because they have a lot of details. You guys will see once they are done. And then after that, you fill them up with chocolate and just clean up the edges, just so they are straight, as you will see, and clean. Anyways, this is how they are looking, and I had to make like 7 of those. Guys, I cannot talk. Anyways, that was the end of the day. I then headed home, and on my way home I met actually with my fiance or hubby, and we went to the grocery store just to get some groceries. So yeah, this is us buying some stuff.